This is Africa.
This is Africa.
This is Africa.
Sure.
This is Africa too. But so is this. And this.
In fact, thanks in no small part to something that's become called the brain export, Africa is fast developing
into a tech powerhouse. So if your vision of Africa is still based on the adventures of Simba, you really need to watch this.
I'm Andrew Allen, and you are watching Out of Office, the bi-weekly web series for everyone who believes the future of work is not in an office.
Behind me, you can see the bustling capital of Nigeria, Lagos. And this city never sleeps. In fact, I actually tried to film this about an hour ago, but there was gridlock traffic and you wouldn't have been able to hear a damn thing. Now, back in 2020, MIT published a report into the remote work preparedness of different countries around the world, and surprise, surprise, this country came dead last. But 2020 was 4 years ago, and a lot has happened since then. Africa has developed at an extraordinary pace. Now, if you watch this show, you'll have seen over the past couple of episodes, I have been traveling all over this continent.
We met a content writer in Cape Town. We met an entrepreneur in Zimbabwe. We met a trio of people in faculty at a brand new state-of-the-art educational facility focused on AI in Zanzibar. And now here I am in Lagos, where in the last episode, I met with 2 remote workers.
Every country that I have visited around Africa has experienced rapid transformation since COVID, but none more so than Nigeria. Check out this data, showing that Nigeria has gone from dead last to outpacing the rest of the world with a whopping 200% surge in remote work, while everywhere else plateaued. Now, what is the macro effect of that going to look like on Nigeria's economy?
PwC economists say that this country is going to experience a cash injection of $50 billion over the next 10 years. And that's thanks to something that they call the brain export, which is essentially remote work. When people
living somewhere choose to actually make their services available to an overseas employer. Now, that is a huge chunk of cash anywhere in the world, but here, that is enough to transform this country from a developing nation into a fully developed one faster than any other country on Earth in history. Now, if that doesn't speak to the transformative power of remote work, I don't know what does. And so that's exactly why I am here in Lagos, Nigeria, to report on it. As I've been exploring this city and this continent over the past couple of weeks, it couldn't be clearer that remote work is a transformative opportunity for people in developing countries like this one. So much of the Western world is having the exact wrong conversation about remote work. Remote work is so much more than just saving time in traffic or, choosing to work from home on Fridays instead of commuting into the office.
For someone that lives here in Lagos and so many other cities around the world like it, remote work is the opportunity to access something that would historically have been denied them. The opportunity to access a job that actually pays them what they are worth on the global market without having to leave home. That is the difference between getting underpaid and getting what you're worth. It's the difference between being able to provide for your family and having to scrape to get by. It's the difference between being able to put your degree to good use or ending up working as a taxi driver just to make ends meet for your family.
As this country transforms itself,
I have to ask myself, could this be a blueprint for other countries? What if more countries did this?
Africa's population stands at 1.36 billion right now, and it is expected to double by 2050. But what's really interesting is Africa already has the largest population of working age people in the world.
Here in Nigeria, the average age is only 19 years old, and that puts them in a prime position for the quote-unquote brain export business to solve a huge problem affecting massive countries like Japan, Italy, and the good old US of A. And that is the aging population. As the baby boomers get older and Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z wait longer to have kids and then have less of them, that is something that economists have been stressing about for decades. Well, perhaps thanks to remote work, The solution may lie right here in Lagos, Nigeria, and other cities around the great continent of Africa. So what do you think? Could this be a blueprint for the future of remote work? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Andrew Allen here in Lagos, Nigeria, and the future of work is out of office.